Hello, it's Susanna, and I just felt inspired to make a quick video to share with you a little hack, something I've been doing lately, just a little change I made that's been helping me feel more abundant and more prosperous and just feel more joy in my life and with my money. So, I in the past have kept a buffer in my bank account. And I like to keep a $500 buffer. I don't believe in keeping an emergency fund because when we keep emergency funds, we are sending the universe a message that we're prepared for an emergency. And even the word buffer, I mean, I could change that into like something more expansive, but to me, buffer is a preferable term over the word emergency fund. So I keep a $500 buffer in my transaction account specifically for the reason that if I'm ever out and about and need to spend money on something, I can just draw down on my buffer. But what I was doing was I was drawing down on my buffer and then replenishing it when I would get paid. And I was starting to feel like almost like I was going in debt to myself and I had to pay back the debt that I had to myself each month or whenever I would get paid. And I thought, this is crazy. This doesn't feel good. So I made a little tweak. And what I did was I decided to just work out what are the usual amounts that come out of my bank account, this particular transaction account, which is only a few things. It's like my MailChimp, my Microsoft subscription, my phone, and I pay for my petrol out of that account. And everything else is just fun money. But rather than feeling like I have no money, even though I do because I've gone below my buffer, and then replenishing it once a month. And I should also say that every week I get paid from another income stream. And so I would put a little bit in there as well. And then I would replenish it up to that level once a month. So rather than feeling like I don't have money, even though I do, what I did was I decided to, at the beginning of the month, if I need to replenish it, but also put enough to cover the those expenses that I just mentioned, the petrol and the phone, and etc. generously. So there was enough, more than enough to cover those expenses. And then every week as I'm replenishing my account, it has this feeling of like that money's for me and I have that money to play with, rather than going into this kind of negative situation where I feel like, oh, I don't have any money, even though I do. And it was a little tweak in my mindset. And it works for me because I'm not the kind of person that just because there's money there, I'm going to go out and spend it. I'm the kind of person that will probably make the same spending decisions, but the feeling around those decisions has shifted. Now, I want to make a couple of points. This thing that I suggested might not work for you because, as I said, if you're the kind of person that like see money, spend money, that it might not work for you. But I share it with you to get you thinking about what could you do with the way you structure your money just to feel that little bit more expansive. And the second part of it is I had an awareness, but maybe that might become my new normal. And then it won't feel expansive anymore. Like I changed it in the last month and it still feels good, but it may become my new normal and I need to change it again. And so that's the other thing, is to get you thinking, has it been a while since you've switched up the way you do things? And just making a change would feel more expansive, even if it was changing back to a way that you used to do things that you're intuitively feeling would get you on a more expansive line than where you are currently. Because I don't believe in a one-size-fits-all approach for our finances. I believe in designing what works for you in your special, specific circumstances, and all, not special, but unique, specific circumstances, and also what feels good. So what works and what feels good to you. Those are the things I'm encouraging you to do. And so I just shared mine as an example. Maybe that example works for you, or maybe something else would work for you to feel more expansive and yummy with your money. So that's it for today. From Susanna, from Her Money, Her Purpose. Until next time, I shall wish you many joyful blessings. Mwah.